It's all right here on The New Edge.
From the studios of CNET, the computer network, this is The New Edge. I'm Seacrest. Now, it's the latest advertising craze. Those commercials where the action is taking place all around, then all of a sudden everything just freezes. You may think it's a computer-generated special effect, but it's not. We're going to show you the technology behind those ads and answer the question, how'd they do that? Watch this.
Freeze framing. You may have seen it done before, but never like this. Subjects stopped in time with a specially designed camera called Time Track. The idea is to create the illusion of an object frozen in time and space while giving the impression that time is still progressing.
In normal motion pictures, there's two kinds of movement. There's the movement of the subject in front of the camera, and there's also the movement of the camera through space. What the Time Track camera can do is it can separate out those two forms of movement, so you can have this virtual camera move while the subject is frozen in time. And what that does to the viewer's mind is it tells you that there's a reference in the shot that's telling you that time is passing, but because the subject isn't moving, it elicits this response, which is, this is impossible.
The camera system is made up of dozens of small still camera components consisting of a lens and a film plane with a light-tight passage linking them together. Dayton turned to the design company Electrokinetics to construct the 35mm film feed and take-up. They also alter the cameras to fit the needs of any production.
Typically, customers will want a new camera sometimes in 2 weeks. So we have to completely design and engineer and produce and deliver this equipment in a ridiculously short period of time.
A 5-foot section of film is loaded behind the lenses, and a synchronized shutter is used to capture dozens of simultaneous or sequenced photographs.
How does the simultaneous shutter system work?
There's basically a strip here which is like a piece of film, but it's actually functioning as a shutter. And it has 40 shutter openings, so it just shifts an inch or so, and those 40 openings pass behind the 40 lenses.
This captures the various points of view you see. The largest camera uses 160 lenses, with 40 per section. It can be used in an arch or a straight line. There are 3 standard sizes of camera, each with a unique purpose.
This camera is basically looking at an object that's about here, and it'll do a third of a circle or 120-degree arc around an object placed here. So it's a close-up camera. The shutter system on this one works differently. It moves vertically through the camera so that you can program in the sequencing of the shutters into the way that these shutter strips are punched.
When combined with other effects like layering or matting, you can create an environment where some elements in the scene appear to be frozen while others remain in motion.
We can do a number of things where we can combine motion in the shot with the frozen moment. We have a normal motion picture camera filming the first half of the shot, moving through space at the same speed that the Time Track's virtual point of view moves. And when the regular motion picture camera gets to the intersection with this camera, we cut to this point of view. Another thing we can do is mount a motion picture camera on the end of this camera and move the whole system through space to get the same effect.
Designers at Electrokinetics are working on the next generation of Time Track cameras and some interactive products.